Continuing a review of the first half of Secondary Math 1. Here's a system of equations. So I write one equation is 7 windows plus 14 rooms equals $210. And another equation says 10 windows plus 2 rooms is $102. Okay, so let's subtract the one with the larger coefficient from each side. So that says 7 windows will be equal to 210 minus 14R. And then I can divide that by 7. That tells me that one window is worth $30 minus what I get paid for 2 rooms. So in this other equation, let's write 10 of those. Plus the 2 rooms equals 102. 10 30s is 300. 10 2s is 20. So 10 times negative 2R is negative 20R plus 2R equals 102. Combining the negative 20R and the positive 2R gives me negative 18R. And then I still have the 300. But if I subtract 300 from each side, then I'll have the negative 18R all by itself. So negative 18R equals negative 298 divided by negative 18. Oops, I made a mistake there. When I subtracted 300, I should have gotten negative 198. Divide that by negative 18, that tells me that one room is worth $11. And so that means that a window is worth 30 minus 2 of those. And so that's 30 minus 22, that's 8. So one window is worth $8. Similar equation. Different numbers is all. 7 windows, 14 rooms equals $133. 10 windows, 2 rooms, $100. We could subtract the 14R from each side. That's 0. Divide by 7. That says that one window is worth $19 minus 2 of whatever I get paid for a room. So I'm going to rewrite this equation over here as 10 of those. Plus 2 rooms equals 100. 10 19s is 190. Minus 20R plus 2R equals 100. So that would be a negative 18R. And have the 190. If I subtract the 190 from each side, that gives me negative 90 equals negative 18 times the number of whatever I get paid for a room. So if I divide each side by negative 18, times 5 times. So that says a room equals, I get paid $5 for a room. What do I get paid for a window? I get paid $19 minus 2 of those. 19 minus 10 is 9. So for window, I get paid 9. The question was, what if I wash 4 windows and 5 rooms? So 9 times 4 and 5 rooms, 5 times 4, 36, 20. I get paid for both of those. So I'm going to add, and I get $56 for my pay that day. The potential energy of a mass lifted to a height in gravitational acceleration of g is calculated by multiplying the mass, the height, and the gravitational acceleration. So the energy equals mass times gravity times height. If we rearrange the equation to find the mass necessary for a certain potential energy with a known height and gravity, the mass is equal to what? Well, we go ahead and solve this equation for m. Mass times gravity times height. So if I divide by gravity and height, then that tells me that the mass is equal to the energy divided by the gravity and the height. Gravity times the height. There we go. Mass is equal to the energy divided by the gravity and divided by the height. Match the inequalities with the solutions. Well, we can select them by selecting that, but let's solve it on paper first. So we divide by -3, divide by -3. That says x. When I divide by a negative, that changes the direction of the inequality sign. And so 15 divided by 3 is 5. Divide that one by 3, divide that by 3. So x is less than -5. Inequality symbol stays the same because we divided by a positive. Divided by a positive. X is greater than -5. Divide by a 3, divide by a 3. X is greater than 5. Okay. $10 plus $2 for each DVD. Eventually that will be equal, the same, to $16 plus $1 for each DVD. So x represents the number of DVDs. Let's solve that for x. Let's subtract 1x from each side. That gives me x. Let's subtract 10 from each side. So x equals 6. So rent 6 DVDs, the cost will be the same. The coordinates 8, 2 describe the point. Well, I go x, I go 8, and then I go up 2. That describes point D. The alfalfa in my hay field is 6 inches high. Plus, it's growing at a rate of 2 inches per day times the number of days. In 4 days, the hay will be, so the height will be 6 plus 2 times 4. So the height will be 6 plus 8, which is 14. Looking at the data in this table, what value belongs in the blank space in the equation y equals something times x plus 3. So that's the slope. That's the number in front of the x. So let's see, y changes going from 15 to 7. That is going down by 8. Going from -3 to -1 is going up by 2. So that would be a slope of -4.